Dr. Stephen Hyde, as passport says, survivor of Three Monkeys Anorexia Tour 2007. Yeah, we've just had a re-nourishment session on the beers, and it's fair to say that it was marginally successful. Aside from the fact that Andrew Cross decided to take us into a what appeared to be what could only be described as a lesbian club, as was evident from Colin and Andy's performance this evening. I'll leave Andrew to describe the specific details, but suffice to say that it was unfruitful.
Yes, that's correct, viewers. Oh, Steve.
So I think that's pretty much the end of day 16. It's fair to say we've been out for a couple of celebratory beers to celebrate our achievement to get into Kathmandu without any massive hitch. Steve appears to have suffered most from the beer, so the rest of us are relatively sober. We've had a good feed. We're feeling quite pleased with ourselves. Apologies for that short interruption, but Steve is feeling a bit hyperactive. I think he might have had some walnuts. Yeah, we're quite drunk, to be fair. But we're pretty pleased. We're in Kathmandu. We're going to get a good night's sleep and hopefully wake up tomorrow a little bit more sober and hopefully a lot more sensible. And we've got about a week to kill. So we're looking at some options: biking around the Annapurna circuit.
Motorbiking.
Motorbiking, apparently. But generally, eating a lot and pretty much sobering up. So it's goodbye from me, and hopefully goodbye from the other two. Let's just see what they've got to say. Any final words, Steve?
Final words? Well, what I would say.
You've biked 1,000 kilometres. What have you got to say now?
It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've really enjoyed having Colin breathe down my arse and look at Andy's arse for the last 1,100 kilometres. It's been a real pleasure. We've seen some stunning scenery. We've had some incredible experiences, and once we got out the tent in the morning, I enjoyed the riding as well. Well, actually, we did most of the riding in the tent. Anyway, yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've enjoyed Colin's company, in particular Colin's mum and dad. You've done well there in bringing him up. Although I'm pleased to say that I finished the job that you started. Yeah, no, generally a really good trip, and I'm certainly looking forward to unwinding with Colin and Andy for the next week or so.
So Andy, any last words? That
what I would say is over the last 3 weeks I've learned a lot about Colin and Andy, and certainly Andy in particular has got some very strange bedtime habits, and I guess I'm pleased that I wasn't necessarily next door to Colin and Andy in the tent, but they got on very well. It was cold when I was forced to sleep outside the tent for that one particular night, but I understand they had fun, so as they are good friends, I don't necessarily begrudge them the experience, but I hope it was certainly life enhancing and character building, which I'm led to believe it was. How much memory card do we have left, Colin? Because I can talk all day.
Andy, any last words? We've just biked 1,000 kilometres together. What have you got to say about that?
Well,
what I would say is that I particularly
Steve,
like the way
shut the fuck up.
And he sits there with his legs open all the time. Colin, I understand that was one of the features that led you to choose him as a partner for this particular journey. Andy, you're doing it now.
well, I refute any comments about anal sex, at least with Colin. The rumours about the goats and the yaks is true.
Are true.
Are true, yeah, thank you, are true, unfortunately. Sorry, Mum. Yep.
Andy, do you want some water?
Actually,
So it's fair to say that we're pretty happy to make it to Kathmandu. We're very, very drunk, and I'd ignore what they've possibly said. I'll record something a bit more sensible in the morning. Take it easy.